Hello, I'm Kelly Peretzman, and in this video I will be comparing George Eliot's The Lifted Veil to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, focusing on the similarities between Latimer and Victor Frankenstein, and how their complicated relationships with death and their interest in the supernatural world and pseudosciences lead to their ultimate downfalls. The Lifted Veil, written by George Eliot and published in 1859, revolves around the narrator, Latimer, a man who is plagued by his belief that he has the ability to see the future. Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus, written by Mary Shelley and published in 1823, revolves around a young scientist named Victor Frankenstein who, while studying in Ingolstadt, discovers the practice of reanimation and succeeds in animating a creature made from found corpses. Both Victor and Latimer are highly educated young men with a strong attachment to their mother that is ultimately severed by her death. This cruel separation from their beloved mothers gives both Victor and Latimer a complicated relationship with death that goes on to carry them throughout the duration of their lives. Something else this love of their lost mothers reveals is a complex relationship with other women. Victor courts and becomes engaged to a young woman named Elizabeth, though he exhibits very little actual significant desire for her throughout the novel. Even on their wedding night, he doesn't end up consummating their marriage. Latimer's relationship with his mother, as a boy, leads to fairly complicated feelings about women later in his life. And following his marriage to Bertha, Latimer discovers his ultimate distaste for her, along with her evil nature. With the themes of rebirth and manipulation of life present in both of these stories, these men's complicated relationships with women, representative of natural birth and the natural world in general, runs parallel to their rejection of the natural order of the world and natural creation of life. Both The Lifted Veil and Frankenstein take place in the same area of Europe, Geneva, calling to attention a stark juxtaposition between the darkness with which Latimer and Victor face life and the bright, beautiful landscape they find themselves in. Latimer and Victor both take time to marvel at the pure natural beauty, yet in spite of this bright admiration, they both end up broken by their forays into unnatural sciences and supernatural beliefs. Both Shelley and Eliot make a conscious effort to create a careful balance between the brightness of the natural world and the darkness of supernatural experimentation. Both Latimer and Victor walk the careful line between the two, yet ultimately give up in favor of the dark, unnatural world, leading to their downfall. While the film version of Frankenstein may not be the most accurate portrayal of the novel, this clip captures the twisted man that Victor becomes due to his interaction with the unnatural and his unhealthy obsession with the line between life and death. This video displays an important difference between Latimer and Victor. Victor makes a conscious effort to explore the unnatural practice of reanimation and fully intends to manipulate nature to create artificial life. In addition to this, Victor, at least at the beginning of his experimentation, is overjoyed by his manipulation of the natural world. Latimer, however, has no choice over his interaction with the supernatural, and while he does actively use his perceived power to understand the world around him, he is much more innocent in his unnatural practices than Victor is.